How do you guys work off of each other and kind of all of your strengths working together? Maybe covering up some of your each other's weaknesses.
I feel like we just push each other to be better. Like getting everybody to talk more, getting everybody to be more physical, be more aggressive, be more kind of assertive, just be kind of more leaders like the front court's supposed to be. So I feel like everybody's growing as leaders and kind of bringing that energy to kind of get the rest of the team to follow suit.
You being the shot blocker you are, how big was it to see Malachi kind of set the tone with kind of sending one into the couple rows up?
Yeah, like three early. He was killing, especially these last three games. He's been killing defensively. Like he's just sitting. He's not letting anything go. You could tell he just really wants it. Like he really wants to win. Like that's a big part of defense, and he's a super competitor as well. So seeing him defensively these last couple games has been super special as well.
Where have you seen him grow the most since when he first arrived, set foot on a college campus to where he is today?
Where have I seen him grow the most? I feel like just kind of his aggressiveness, his confidence. I feel like he's been growing, as you do. It's his freshman year. Just growing on the college stage, getting more confident, getting more assertive. I feel like that's been the biggest thing for him for sure.
How cool was it to see Cam finally get one to fall for him?
Cam, he works hard. He's been one of the best shooters all summer, so I've been believing my boy forever. So especially when we got that momentum going, seeing him kind of find himself again, that's been great to see. And I know it's a lot more coming for sure.
How he impacts the game in so many other ways, and even when the shot's not falling, and is it a confidence booster for him to be able to I can get a block, I can get a steal, I can get a dunk, and knowing that the shooting is going to come eventually.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a super huge impact player, especially defensively, blocking shots, being in gaps, just kind of impacting the defensive side of the ball. So he's been really good for us, especially defensively. Even trying to get to the rim, make plays for teammates. He's been like a huge player for us for sure.
All summer, you guys talked about being a top 5 defensive team and maybe one of the best defensive teams in college basketball. Is that kind of the tone you were hoping to set in your debut, and kind of everybody, all the puzzle pieces kind of finally coming together?
For sure. I mean, I've been saying this from since the summer. Like I feel like we have a chance to be one of the best defensive teams in the country. I feel like we still have that chance. Again, we had a couple rough games to begin. And I feel like a couple people forgot about us. People push us to the side. They forget. We still stand on everything we said before. We have the same team. We have the same guys. We have the same confidence. I feel like we're going to be everything that we said we're going to be and more.
So you've been asked this already, but how's the knee feeling? A little sore? Were you a little extra tired after the game? How are you feeling?
I actually felt really good during the game. I didn't feel crazy out of shape. Obviously, I didn't play too many minutes, but I felt like my knee recovered well. Yeah, I felt like everything went well.
So I'm assuming you're good to go for tomorrow?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay. Kind of walk me through how you were feeling, knowing that you were going to play your first game, knowing how long it has been, and the opponent. How are you feeling? Any butterflies, nerves heading into the game on Friday or on Saturday? I should say?
Not really. I mean, I feel like it was mostly excitement. I've always been kind of a big game player. I always wanted to play in those big games. I've always been a super competitor. So just being able to show that I could do it at the highest level against the best people is one of the reasons why I wanted to come back so bad. So I felt like that was a big thing for me. I was super excited for the game.
Where do you think your return, and as you get more and more comfortable out there on the court, coming back, where do you think your skills and also the rest of the team, how far as the season can go for you guys?
Again, we stand on everything we said before. We still think we're a national championship caliber team. We're still going for number 9. We're still coming for everything. I feel like we can be one of the best defensive teams in the country. I said that last summer. I still stand on that. I feel like offensively, once we find kind of our rhythm, I feel like we're great. Like, again, second half, we scored 53 points, even after struggling in the first half. When we have momentum, when we have everybody going, everybody clicking, I feel like we could be a great team. So I'm super excited to see what we could do.
But Pope kept talking about, I'm not shying away from the offensive excellence that we're going to have at some point. Like we can win in the mud right now and win how we have to, but let's not get it twisted. We're still going to be a great shooting team. We're still going to be a great offensive team. Where do you find that confidence that it's going to that breakthrough is going to come eventually?
I mean, we've seen it all summer, and I just feel like that's kind of how the game goes. When the work always shows, what you do in the dark always comes to light. I feel like everybody here is hard workers. Everybody here knows what to do. We have a great coach. We have a great system. I feel like just shots haven't been falling. The confidence has been kind of back and forth. I feel like once we find that, I feel like we're going to be special.
How important was it to kind of stack a couple of big wins going into the holidays, going into SEC play, to kind of get the bad taste out of your all's mouths to start the year and then kind of start fresh going into SEC?
I mean, for sure, it's just a reminder that we're still everything that we said we'd be. Like, again, the media, sometimes it's easy to get kind of thrown off a little bit. I think everything's not going as expected, but we're still who we think we are. We still have a chance to be great, and just being able to see that tangibly, getting these wins at important moments, I feel like that's just a huge confidence boost for everybody.
When you get the ball anywhere near the rim, it seems like you're just dunking it. No matter where you are, you don't even look at the basket. You just turn around, see basket, dunk. I just want to know what's kind of going through your head every time you're close to the rim, and just how easy it is for you out there.
I mean, just be aggressive. That's always what I was taught. They only have one there. I'm going to try and attack the rim. It's just the easiest way to do it. The 2 points, 2 points at the rim. Why not?
And then obviously, Ejiofor is one of the better bigs in the country. It seemed like, you at 18 years old, we're doing just fine out there. Do you kind of, you can have do you feel like you play better maybe when the competition is raised, or it just doesn't matter who you're playing? You're going to play hard every game.
I feel like, again, I've always been a super competitor. I know he's a really good player. He's in contention for Big East Player of the Year. Like, he's going to be a really good player for them. Going into those matchups, I've always been a super competitor, so I always try to show the best version of myself and try and win at any level against no matter who I'm playing. So that was a big game for me for sure. I was excited for that matchup, definitely.
Everybody looks at your Arizona State production and highlights and kind of view that as like who you are, and where does your game have to continue to grow? Like, what do you want the finished product to be before you take the next step of that? Yeah.
I mean, I feel like my shooting consistency has been pretty terrible last year. I can't lie. So that's one thing I want to get up a large amount this year, to be able to show that I'm able to be versatile. I'm able to do more than just kind of run and dunk at points, but yeah, just show my versatility more. I feel like that's my biggest thing. Like, show.
Speaking of shooting, sorry, made that first shot. I know you banked it in. Did you call it?
I did.
How nice did it feel to, did it feel like a relief just knowing that first shot went in and you were just able to roll from there?
For sure. Just, again, it helped things flow more smoothly, give you a sense of confidence, let you relax a little bit. Again, I went in with a mentality not to force, but seeing that first shot go in, it just kind of sets you at ease a little bit more. So it's definitely super cool to see.
Did you hear those JQ chants from way up in the rafters?
They were pretty loud. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard not to. Again, the crowd energy was crazy. It was like a home game. So I really appreciated the love that they showed for sure.
Did that live up to the hype, knowing when way back when you first committed to the kind of finished product, you finally getting on the floor and hearing those chants with you actually playing?
Definitely. I mean, I've been even feeling love when I was on the sidelines. People have been excited for me to return, saying positive things. So being able to see it on the court and still receive that same level is amazing.
I'm sure I'll ask a bunch of stuff you've already been asked, but just how did you feel like Sunday morning when you woke up?
Again, I felt really good. I didn't feel overly sore. I felt, again, I didn't play obviously too many minutes, but I felt like I recovered really well. I bounced back well. He felt good. Felt good. Yeah.
Do you played, I think, 14 minutes in the second half, or do you feel like you're at a level where you can already play like that kind of time load pretty much right off the bat here?
I mean, for sure. I mean, again, I've been doing a lot of working with Randy, with B. Wells, with McHale, with all the coaches, just to prepare me for now. I feel like I feel like it paid off. I felt in good shape. I didn't feel too tired. I felt good.
Speaking of B. Wells and the team, obviously you brought him out for the post-game press conference. Y'all had matching shirts. A lot of people probably wouldn't even do that. They would just say, yeah, the team helped me out. I feel good. But why was it important for you to bring them out in a very big, NBA arena and show them some love?
Well, I mean, again, coming back from a major injury like this, it takes a lot of people, it takes a lot of pieces. Without them, even at Arizona State, I had Dr. Chabra, who did my surgery, Mark for PT, John Jurgens, who was PT here. I had like a lot of people a part of my process, so it only feels right to kind of shout out everybody who was with me that whole time.
What was the most fun part of Saturday for you? Was there a specific point of the game that stood out among the others?
That stood out amongst the others.
Maybe when you're going to bed at night on Saturday night, you thought, "Oh man, that was really really fun, really cool."
That stuck again. I feel like the energy was great off the rip. Like, I felt like as soon as me and J-Lo started kind of getting our run go, I feel like we had a 14-0 run at a point. Retaking that lead, I felt like was the best feeling, like actually being back in contention, fighting back, because we'd struggled a little bit in the first half. We were down double digits at a point. So being able to actually feel the comeback was great.
Did you want to debut against a really good team like that, and kind of get that challenge right off the bat, especially like Zuby is known for his physicality, and you went right up against him.
Definitely. I feel like I'm a player who tries to rise to the occasion. I'm a super large competitor, so that was something that was important to me for sure.
You were talking about Jaylen and you guys kind of making that run together. Obviously, with you being out, you've been with the team, but you haven't been able to really play a lot of basketball with the guys. So how's the chemistry going along with guys like Jaylen, but also some of the other players on the team that you're finally now starting to work with on the court?
I feel like the on the court chemistry worked so well just because of the stuff we were doing in the summer. The stuff we were doing even up until now, just off the court, being around each other, going out, grabbing food, just kind of being friends with everybody that you're on a team with, like building those connections. It matters, and it kind of showed the other day.
I've heard a lot about your individual chemistry with Jasper, and like you guys have kind of play off one another. You guys know each other's next step. Where did that come from, and why do you guys think you guys have such great chemistry?
Well, I mean, we played together on Team Thad when we were together. We were #1 in URBL. We were like 10-2. Had a good run there. So I've been knowing him for a while. And he was like a large part of recruiting me to come here. Like through Instagram, he was like DMing me, telling me about coming here. After he had committed, so that was a big part of why I committed. Just knowing him and the relationship that we had. And even since we've been coming back, like he's been trying to walk me through plays, make sure I know everything that's going on. So he was a huge part in even during the game, making sure I knew everything that was going on, helping me play well. So I've always had a great relationship with him. I feel like we've been invested in each other's success. So it's been super cool to see.
What felt the most off Saturday? Was there anything that maybe you felt, obviously you hadn't played in 10 months, maybe a little behind, whether it be, balance or timing or whatever?
Maybe contesting closeouts. I feel like, again, I fouled a 3-point shooter. I don't usually do that. Just kind of trying to find my distance on contested shooters. Like I was jumping at a lot of threes. Last game, I jumped at like 3-4, didn't get any of them. So just refining that timing a little bit more. But I feel like that just comes with playing more. So I feel like that'll come very soon.
And is that something like, and how much of that did you even get to do in practice? How much were you really doing these last couple of weeks to replicate that, I guess?
Well, I mean, I only went like 3 full blast practices. So I didn't get as too much, just kind of learning the plays, making sure I was in shape and like ready to go for this game. So being able to practice a lot more and get more used to the team and build that chemistry to a higher level is going to be super vital for these upcoming games.
And I'm sure you talked about it, but when were you informed, or when did you make the decision, and when did you know that you're going to play Saturday, and what was that kind of feeling and conversation?
Maybe like one, at like 1 on Friday. Like it was very. It came to the wire, that decision. So I knew very late, but we ended up playing and it went well. So
what was the deciding factor? Just feel good, ready to go?
Just making sure my team felt good about it, making sure Coach Pope felt good about putting me in at that moment. He's super invested in my future, so he wants to put me in the best position to be successful. He didn't want to rush me out there if I wasn't ready. So just trying to convince everybody that I felt confident, I felt ready to play. I felt like that was a big part of it.
Pope said it was an evaluation on Friday that would decide it. Was that just like evaluating your practice performance, or was it like a one final test, or what was that?
Yeah, just the practice performance, seeing how I felt, seeing if they were confident that I would be ready to go out and play on that stage.
Did you hear from him Sunday morning? Like, how are you feeling, or how's the knee, anything like that?
Yeah, he was making sure I was feeling good. Again, he's always been in my corner, making sure that things are going well. So it's good to hear from him always.
Was that like a morning text message, or how did he reach out to ask about that?
I mean, we had like walkthroughs. We had a couple things we did on Sunday, so I seen him in person.
Okay.
Sure.
Thanks, everyone.
What was kind of the mood after the game Saturday and the last couple days since?
It was good. We had a lot of high spirits because we really prepared for the game, really took care of business as we should have. So spirits have been good, but we have another game tomorrow. So that game kind of in the past now. Just got to get ready for this new team.
What, especially the second half, once Jaylen came back, I mean, it was the first half all season where you guys had your entire roster on the court. Just what did that feel like? What did that flow feel like?
It felt great because, like you said, we never really had our whole team yet up until that point. So everybody was kind of looking, trying to kind of see where we would have been if we had our whole team. And I'm glad that we all had the opportunity to show everybody what we look like whenever we're 100%.
How fun was it? It seemed like every TV timeout, every break, guys were just
A lot of smiles, a
Yeah.
lot of slapping hands. A lot of,
Yeah, I mean, it's fun when you winning. So like, we just kind of were embracing the moment, kind of just picking each other up, just trying to finish the game, keeping each other, encouraged, and just a lot of high spirited, just people on the side. You know what I mean?
Obviously, a little bit of a slow start to the season for the team, but also maybe a little bit for you. But as you've starting to play better, the team's starting to play better. So how are you feeling physically, mentally about your game right now?
I'm feeling good. Once again, I like winning. So it's always feel good to win. No matter for my performance. I mean, it's just taking a game at a time. Not really putting too much stress on myself. Just like I said, just one game at a time. Staying patient, waiting till my numbers called, and just performing to the standards that I know I can.
I didn't go to the game, but on TV there was a pretty loud pop on your second three. Kind of talk me through what you were feeling during that moment, and how well the crowd was in Atlanta.
Yeah, the crowd was loud because as like a shooter, you could say just not hitting shots just kind of brings your confidence a little down. But hearing the crowd still support, it really just gave us a lot of positive, you could say remark on us. Because after the Gonzaga game, we were kind of a little down. But then after that, we kind of just picked it up and we brought it to Atlanta. And to see that, it just feels great. And then Jaylen, he was telling me, he was like, I don't know why you dribble after I pass you the ball, because he want me to shoot. So right when he passed it, I didn't really think twice. I just shot the ball and then went in. So.
what does having Jaylen out there do for you personally, specifically? It seems like he just kind of opens up everything offensively, and especially in transition.
Yeah, I was about to say
How does help you?
that. Transition, he's probably the fastest player that I've ever seen with the ball. So he just say whenever you get the ball, just run, and he will find us, which he does. And if not, he can go score whenever you want, because he averaged like 18 last year, something like that. So he can score whenever you want. So it's just having a point guard like that really makes our jobs easier.
Do you have to be just completely focused when you know? I remember the Indiana play where he ended up missing the layup and Mo got the rebound, but there was nobody behind him, and he just kind of created transition out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Do you just have to always be on your toes?
You gotta always be ready, because when he got the ball, he can find you anywhere. I think it was a play. He kind of drove towards the middle, and he looked at me, but he threw it to Colin in the left corner. That caught me off guard. But just plays like that, you always have to be ready, because he sees the play before it happens. So having, like I said, a point guard like that just makes a shooter's job or everybody's job just way easier.
Obviously, the offense has been a little bit better, but the real reason you guys won those last two games was defense. Kind of talk a little bit about how good this team can be when this guy's percent, maybe you at the 3 or the 4, Ortega, Denzel, and you kind of just add all those guys and Mo especially all together. How good could this defense be?
It can be really good. We have a lot of defensive segments in practice, and we know how good we can be defensively if we really lock in. So our defensive coaches always challenge us in different drills to try to not let the other team score at all or even get a shot or stuff like that. So having players that can guard like that and create on the offensive side, it really gives us a better chance of winning the game.
Coach Pope has talked about, with you specifically, wanting that intensity like 100% of the time. That maybe it comes and goes sometimes, but when he sees it, it's just like you're like nobody else on the team. What's been the adjustment there of just trying to get that out at all times?
I just use it to get myself going a little bit. Having like I said, a coach like that believes in you and knows what you can do. He kind of holds me to a standard that I try to meet or exceed. So I would say having like the team like that, because he said having a guy like that on the as the 5 or whatever with Mo, just all around guys, just who can all guard. It's just a team on the offensive side makes their job way harder than it should. So we just try to stress that every day and get better, 1% better every day.
Is that contagious when you see like Mo out rebound literally the entire Indiana team, or this guy just bowling people over? Does that get you even more hyped up?
Because it makes you want to do something the next possession that whenever it's your turn. So it's just like a momentum swing. Whenever he gets a block or Mo gets a rebound or O gets a steal, something like that. So
both mentioned at the last game, kind of felt like your identity was maybe a little bit more obvious than it had been. Felt like it was physical, tough defense. Do you think you've found more of an identity? Is that something y'all are going to lean into more as the rest of the season goes?
That game that we just had, it kind of gave us a standard that we need to live up to. So if we bring that energy every game, I feel like our odds of winning the game is gonna be way better than the other teams. So we just have to keep it going, and got to get ready for tomorrow. It's a new team, new play style, so something that we haven't seen before. So we just have to lock in at practice today and get ready for that.
Obviously, it was a big game against a ranked opponent, neutral site, but obviously it meant a little bit more to Coach Pope. Did you guys notice anything a little different from him heading into the game and maybe afterwards when you guys won?
I say after we won, then he had like a little difference, but leading up to it, he was just kind of his normal self, staying to himself, composed. Just emphasizing that we had to win this game. We got to stick to our principles, our keys, and we did just that, and we won. So.
And how much did you guys want to